Okay, so are you ready to dive deep into something kind of different today?
Always up for a deep dive.
Uh-huh.
Let's do it.
Cool. So we're looking at this book, and I gotta say, the title alone had me intrigued.
Yeah, cosmic symbiosis. The Venom Zodiac Chronicles doesn't exactly sound like your typical astrology read.
Right. It's like astrology meets Marvel. What's the deal with that?
Well, it's actually a pretty cool concept. The book explores how Venom, the Spider-Man villain,
Well, yeah, the whole symbiote thing.
exactly, it takes his traits, his strength, aggression, that duality, and even his regenerative abilities,
Okay.
and connects those to different astrological elements.
So it's more than just like if you're a Taurus, you're Venom.
Way more nuanced than that. It's not about assigning a sign to a character. It's about using Venom as a lens to understand the entire zodiac.
Got it. So how would that even work?
Well, take duality, for example. That's like Venom's whole thing, right? That inner struggle between good and evil.
Yeah.
The book digs into how that duality manifests differently based on your astrological makeup.
Interesting. So someone with a strong Gemini influence, they're known for being kind of two-sided.
Exactly. A Gemini might embody that duality through constant internal debates, always second-guessing themselves.
Makes sense.
Whereas a Scorpio, with their intensity and hidden depths, might express it as a magnetic but sometimes intimidating presence.
Ah. So both are dual, but in totally different ways.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And that's just one example. The book goes into each sign and breaks down how Venom's characteristics could play out.
So we're talking like the whole birth chart shebang, not just sun signs.
Oh, yeah. It goes deep. Planets, houses, the whole 9 yards.
Wow. Okay, so walk me through this. How do planets and houses even tie into Venom?
Well, for instance, it explores the moon's phases, which actually affect Venom's power levels in the comics.
Hold on. So a full moon makes him stronger or something?
Something like that. But the cool part is the book connects that to our own emotional cycles.
Wait, so you're saying our moods are like Venom's power levels? They go up and down with the moon?
Yeah.
In a way, yeah. The moon's phases influence our energy, just like they influence Venom's. It's this really engaging way to illustrate these complex astrological concepts.
Okay, that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
But what about the less fun stuff in astrology, like eclipses and those kind of challenging aspects? How does Venom fit into that?
Well, the book uses those events, eclipses asteroids, to represent hidden truths and challenges, things that shake up the status quo.
Okay.
And it links those to the kinds of struggles Venom faces, his constant battle with his darker impulses.
Right. So how does looking at eclipses through a Venom lens actually help us? What's the takeaway for everyday life?
Think about it. Eclipses are often associated with periods of intense change, right? Sometimes upheaval.
Yeah.
The book suggests that by viewing these periods through Venom's own struggles, we can learn to embrace those challenges as opportunities for growth.
So instead of freaking out when Mercury's in retrograde, we should channel our inner Venom and just roll with it.
It's more about recognizing that those chaotic times can be catalysts for transformation, just like Venom has to constantly transform and adapt.
That's deep. But does the book offer any practical advice or exercises to help with all this transforming?
It does. It actually includes a bunch of Venom-themed rituals to help readers tap into their own potential.
Venom-themed rituals. You got to give me an example.
Sure, one ritual focuses on channeling Venom's regenerative abilities to help overcome creative blocks.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I got to ask, could this whole approach be limiting in a way? Are we really learning about astrology or just projecting Venom's traits onto everything?
That's a valid concern, but the book doesn't just slap Venom onto astrological concepts, it explains the core principles too.
This is not just a gimmick.
No, it's about making those concepts accessible and relatable through a familiar and engaging character.
Gotcha. So in the end, what's the biggest takeaway from Cosmic Symbiosis?
I think it encourages us to look beyond the surface, both in ourselves and the world around us.
Okay.
It uses Venom as a starting point to explore these deeper themes. Personal power transformation,
Right.
and the interconnectedness of everything.
Wow. When you put it like that, it's kind of profound. Thinking about Venom's symbiote as our own hidden potential, that's a powerful image.
It is. And the first step to uncovering that potential is self-awareness.
Right.
The book really pushes readers to examine their strengths, weaknesses, and those areas where they might be holding themselves back.
So it's like Venom learning to control his symbiote. We have to learn to understand and harness our own inner power.
Exactly.
This has been a wild ride, I gotta say. Thanks for taking us on this deep dive.
My pleasure.
And for everyone listening out there, maybe this inspires you to dust off your birth chart and see what kind of cosmic symbiosis you can find within yourselves. Who knows what you might discover.